Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into a product that's all over social media feeds. It's the Hoto Cordless Spin Scrubber.
That's right. And our mission today is really to figure out if this thing is legit. It looks amazing, it's won awards, but does it actually clean?
Yeah, that's the real question. Because the first thing you see is this sleek, almost minimalist design. It doesn't look like a typical cleaning tool at all.
Not at all. And that's the angle, right? It's marketed as this, efficient, even enjoyable way to scrub. We want to separate that marketing gloss from the actual hardware reality.
So let's start with what gives it some immediate credibility. These aren't just influencer posts. Our sources say it won some pretty serious design awards in 2024.
Big ones, IF and Red Dot.
Exactly. And for you, the listener, what does that actually mean? Why should you care about a Red Dot Award for a scrubber?
Well, those awards aren't just for looking good. They signal real industrial design excellence. It means they've thought about the ergonomics, the materials, and crucially, the engineering.
The waterproofing.
Especially the waterproofing. It tells you this is a robustly built piece of kit. It sets the expectation pretty high, to be honest.
Okay, so it looks great and it's built well.
Yeah.
What are the specs they're promising on paper?
It's all the stuff you'd want. It's cordless, of course, fully waterproof. It comes with 6 different brush heads.
6.
Yep. And then there's the big one, the battery. They advertise a runtime of up to 110 minutes.
110 minutes. That's huge for a cordless tool like this. Which brings up a question for me. Does that time come with consistent power?
Ah, that's the key, isn't it?
Because a motor that's barely spinning for almost 2 hours isn't the same as a powerhouse that works hard for 45 minutes.
Exactly. And that's where digging into the actual user experience helps. People do praise the battery. They say it lasts a very long time for general day-to-day cleaning.
So for light work, it holds up.
For light work, it's fantastic. The feedback is that when you really lean into it for some heavy-duty scrubbing, the cork can drop a little. But the longevity is still there. It's engineered more for efficiency than, brute force.
Okay, so for day-to-day cleaning, it sounds like a hit. People love the build, the grip, not having a cord.
Yeah.
But with all these awards and good engineering, there has to be a catch, right? Where does it fall short?
It's not so much that it falls short, it's about managing expectations. The consensus from users is that for routine cleaning, like your weekly shower scrub or doing the tile grout, it's a game changer. It just reduces the physical effort so much.
I see.
But, and this is a big but tacking, if you're trying to tackle, say, years of built-up grime that needs serious, sustained downward pressure.
It's not going to be a miracle device.
It's not. It just doesn't have that kind of constant high-end torque. It's a work reducer, not a work eliminator.
So you still need some elbow grease for the really tough jobs.
Yeah.
But for the weekly stuff, it saves you a lot of effort. That's a pretty strong value proposition.
It is, provided the long-term cost doesn't get you.
Ah, there it is. The hidden cost.
And this is the necessary caveat. The initial price for the unit is pretty good for what you get, but those replacement brush heads, they're proprietary.
And pricey.
And according to a lot of users, surprisingly pricey. So you're basically buying into an ecosystem. You're locked into their premium accessories if you want to keep using it effectively.
Right.
So the final takeaway for you is this. The Hoto Scrubber is a legitimately good product. It delivers on its promise for routine cleaning, and the design awards are deserved. The key insight is that it shifts cleaning from a high-effort chore to a low-effort maintenance task.
And that's the real shift to think about. If you're buying into that idea-trading, sporadic, back-breaking effort for easy routine maintenance, then here's the thought I'll leave you with. How high does the price of those proprietary replacement heads have to go before that convenience just isn't worth it anymore?